Good morning, Sakina, and to the viewers. Yes, indeed, people are starting to arrive in court. We're also seeing security being tightened. To remember that Dr. Nandi Pamakudumana is coming back today together with her father, who was granted 10,000 rand bail previously. They will be together in court with the 5 accused who have submitted their affidavits in court to apply for their bail. But we expect that their case will be immediately postponed, as was said in court on Friday afternoon after the prosecution finished with their evidence with the state witness. Today we expect that the defense will actually start unpacking that, and they will cross-examine the state witness on the basis of what was led in court. But I have a guest with me, Advocate Alnicia Coetzee, who is going to just help us unpack some of the things that came out in court last week. You remember that the witness spoke a lot about the confession that was made by accused number 3, Thabo Polo. Can you just a little bit tell us what is likely that the defense will focus on this morning when they start cross-examining the witness?
Good morning. I think at this stage we all are aware that it's a Schedule 5 offence, and we all know that the onus is on the accused, as they already led the evidence. And I think the important is here that the defense must prove that it's the interest of justice that the accused must be released. So for the Section 64 set out the interest of justice, and then even if the defense, or they can be proved that there's one or more that of these grounds that wasn't met, then the accused won't get bail. And also it will be the weight, look at the weight of the personal interest of the accused also. But I don't have time to speak about everything, so I will just focus. I think they have to deal with all those aspects, but I think the main aspect they're going to look at today is evading the trial. So because we look at the weight of the trial, one of the aspects, or some of the aspects they have to look at, is the seriousness of the offence, the type of punishment, the sentence the accused can get, and also the strength of the case. And also does the accused have assets and the emotional relationship they have with their family. Yes, we heard last week there was a confession, and but what is important, and I think that's for me what very important, is that if we look at the case itself, the strength of the case. Normally, when you do a confession, to who was the confession made? Was the confession made to a captain and higher? Was it made to the magistrate? Because if it wasn't made, then the confession won't be admissible. The other aspect is also, when one accused speaks against the other accused, those evidence cannot be used in the trial. So I think that's important that we have to look at when we talk about the strength of the case. How will the court interpret that? Because in bail applications, you can use anything. The other aspect is obviously the strength, the personal circumstances of the accused. How long will this trial take? How many investigation is still outstanding? Because if it's going to take for a long time to investigate, then they will be in custody. So is it fair for them to be in custody? The other aspect is also the family. Also the financial circumstances. Who are the dependents? And also the court will also look at all those factors. One of the other aspects the court will look at is, and obviously they have to ask the questions. They already put in the affidavits, but they will ask the investigating officer. Normally when you get bail, and they will argue that when you get bail, you can have conditions. So the court will look at if those conditions can be broken easily. Another aspect is, I think we spoke also about it previously, was the aspect of, will the community be so shocked that there will be public violence? Yes, the media can say, or it can be in the public eye, that the public are so shocked, and it will be implications. But what evidence, what tangible evidence is there? Is there proof that something will happen? If there's no proof, and the investigating officer didn't put any proof and tell the court of tangible issues, then obviously, again, what is the weight the court's going to put to that? So also, if you look at, I already said they don't know the witnesses. They said that they're not working at the place anymore. So that means they won't be able to intimidate the witnesses or even conceal the evidence. There's no pending cases. So I think it's a very interesting case because the outcry is keep them in jail, but the court system is clear. You have to weigh up those elements of the grounds, the factors, with the weight of the interest of the accused.
One of the details that came out in court last week was that accused number 1, Sunwe Matswara, had been to Lesotho 8 times in a space of 2 months. This obviously means something. That's why it was said in court. In a case like that, where somebody has ties to another country and they can travel to another country like that, do you think that they are likely to get bail?
You see, I don't want to go into likely because that is a discretion that the court has. But what we look at is, as I said, evading. They will also look at how many passports they have. They will look at the traveling. They will also look at the fact is that do they have the means to travel? And also, what is the relationship that do we have with that country with extradition and the process of how long it will take. So the court will look at that, but the court will also look at what if we put a condition to the bail. For example, if you say, give all your passports. And then again, so the court will weigh those aspects up and then decide. But it will play a role in the court making a decision.
Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
As you have it there in the studio, interesting case here. The defense now has the onus of proving to the court that the accused should get bail. But as you've already heard before, there is definitely an outcry in the community that the accused shouldn't get bail. But we will see what happens today, and we will see what the defense will be focusing on. What is also interesting that we expect to see is Thabo Bester, who's the one who confessed to the police about this, what is going to happen to him, whether he will get bail and all those things. He already told the court last week that his conditions in the Sasolburg prison are not good, but we wait to see what happens and we'll keep you updated. Fortunately, from today we can take those proceedings live as the Chief Magistrate has said. Thank you.